Despite what you may think, history shows us that the bull run is still 1 year away. Are you prepared?
When Lambo, I'm such a degen.
Welcome to Degenny from the blockchain, where we defy logic. And in this episode, we're going to show you how the bull run is still 1 year away. Yes, despite all of the bullish rumors that some spot Bitcoin ETFs should be passed early 2024 before the halving, sometime around that time frame. But history shows us that the bull run really does not start until after the halving. And in fact, like the fall after the halving, okay? And I'm going to show you from this Bitcoin rainbow chart. This is from blockchaincenter.net. We've seen this a lot, right? This shows us the halving, so the vertical blue lines. Let me get myself out of the way here because it's a little distracting, right? Okay, so the blue vertical lines here are the halving events in the history of Bitcoin. And we're about to have our fourth halving here coming up around, April. Well, what does it show us here? About April, late March, maybe April 2024, because it's a rough estimate. Okay, so the halving is coming up. You can see how close we are to that event. But if we go back to, let's just take the 2016 halving and the 2020 halving, because those are the obviously two most recent cycles and the ones that had the more volume in it than the 2013 or 2012 halving. So anyway, let's take a look at this here. The halving happened says here, July 2016, so the summer. And then where did the bull run start? If you see the price around $670 for Bitcoin, I would say the bull run probably started right here on this low, which would show us around $880, $820. So, it only climbed a couple $100 at that point. All right. And then you see it shoot off. But if you look at that time frame, that is January 2017. That's roughly January 2017. So the bull run in 2017 didn't even start until January 2017. Okay, then you can see it pop off from there. Then we have our bear market, and we have our third halving, which occurred sometime around May 10th-ish, May 12th, somewhere in there. And you can see Bitcoin was around 9,300. All right. So then where's the start of the bull run? We can estimate maybe somewhere in the October time frame. You can see Bitcoin is still around that same price here, about 10,600. So, that was 6-7 months. Or like 5 months of sideways action after the Bitcoin halving. And then you see the bull run take place starting in October 2020. So what does that mean, judging off the last two cycles? We see that we're coming up on our halving, and we're probably just going to tread right along this bottom of the rainbow chart until the halving, and probably until, mid-October 2024, we should see that localish bottom of the sideways action. I mean, look back at 2019 from June 2019 all the way to October 2020. You could see that price never got above that area around $10,000, right? $11,000. So that was a year and a half after a little pump out of that. In early 2019, you saw price not go above $10,000 or $11,000 until it shot off into 2021. So despite all the bullish sentiment around Bitcoin, yes, with the unfortunate situation in the Middle East with, that's just to say the least, but with the banks and what we know about the narrative there and the Fed raising rates and all the money printing that's been going on, Bitcoin has never looked better, right? Especially now with Fidelity, with BlackRock, with Franklin Templeton, all filing for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Bullish stuff, right? Trillions of potential dollars, especially from baby boomers who haven't even touched this market yet, can come flooding into Bitcoin. So that's the bullish narrative everybody has. But if we're going off the 4-year cycle theory, because you could probably look back at all these halving cycles and see some, bullish news that would be good for Bitcoin. But still, you can see these cycles hold up pretty well. So, again, in this case coming up in 2024, roughly maybe March, April 2024, we're going to have our halving. But it's still going to be 5-6 months after that where we see the beginning of the bull market, or the bull run, I like to call it, because the bull run, it only lasts about 10 months on average. We have a lot more bear market than we have bull market, so I just call it a bull run. But yeah, I mean, this point here, let's just call it mid-October 2024, is probably going to be those points after the halving where you finally see it shoot up into the bull run. So again, this research, we've seen this Bitcoin rainbow chart before. I was just looking for a logarithmic Bitcoin chart from its entire price history because, it points out very well where these moments are that I just went over. And you can see clearly where the bull runs are. And again, despite what you may think, the halving isn't necessarily where we start to move up. It's 5-6 months after the halving where we start to have our bull run, And remember, in the case I went over in 2016, 2017, it didn't even shoot up in the fall of 2016 after the halving. It still waited until January 2017 to have its first real bull run. So in Bitcoin, that is. So again, if today is mid-October, I'm shooting this on October 11th, it's possible we are still 1 year away from seeing the price of Bitcoin consistently over 30,000, and then, of course, hopefully up from there to 6 figures in the $100,000 range. So that's my quick research and my quick message that you still have time to prepare. You still have time to prepare for this. We're still about a year away from the bull run, the bull market. You look at those charts and you can see that 5-6 months after the halving really is where the beginning of the major rise happens for Bitcoin. So are you prepared? Let me know in the comments below what you're going to do for the rest of the year in 365 days, that is, not the rest of 2023. And how are you preparing over the next year for the Bitcoin and crypto bull run? Let me know in the comments below. Always do your own research because this is not financial advice. It's just my blockchain reaction. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching to the very end. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment, and share the video. Follow me on X at Degenny Crypto, and please enjoy the next episode or my suggestion to the left.